everyone, welcome to my channel, Books, Curse, and Purrs. My name's Leslie. It is the penultimate episode of Interview with a Vampire for the second season. I could not prevent it. I'm so nervous. Um, I know what's coming. I read the books, but my tummy feels queasy. All right, so let me just catch up with the chat really quick, and I'll make a couple of predictions, and then I'll start watching the episode. Um, Simone Bolden left a message just saying, like, how is it even out? Yes. So AMC Plus releases the show at midnight. I could watch it, but I basically just wait in solidarity with everyone else that just has AMC because they're not able to watch till 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Eastern would be 9. Other people around the world have seen it earlier. I've been avoiding Instagram like all day except to add my story when I'm going live and stuff. It's rough. Oh my god, Mark, I know it's gonna be amazing, and I don't know what to do. I'm so glad to see you. I'm gonna start watching it in a minute. I'm an introvert, so sometimes I don't like whatever I'm feeling doesn't really come out externally. I don't know about this episode. Uh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I know what's gonna happen, but I don't want to know what's gonna happen. And the only predict because I know you saw the episode already. My only prediction, which I swear I cannot stop thinking about the show, is that since they're gonna have an audience and they're gonna be a live audience, I'm assuming that like what's gonna happen is gonna happen, but then they're gonna take out the humans there because they can't let them live, right? I just thought about that. Oh my god, Angel Sasha, I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to start watching it right now. Oh my god, you guys are gonna Mark and Angel Sasha, you're both making me nervous. Okay. Angel said, good luck. I'm gonna have a glass of wine. Can't watch a third time. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Um, yeah, but if you want to pop in later on when it's done, feel free. But if you want to go to sleep and have some wine, that's fine. I can't believe you watched it twice. I'm gonna watch it twice because oh sorry, I keep forgetting to set up. I watched the episode here live, but then I watch it again with my daughter. So yeah, Angel Sashi, have a very good night. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I've already watched I passed the commercial and the title card is about to start. So that's where I'm at in case anybody decides to watch in the replay. But okay, here goes. Oh my god. I'm so nervous. I saw it twice. Bad decision. I'll be back. Oh, this is why. And I have to because I make discussions by Saturday, my top 5 moments, and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be a wreck. It's gonna be a mess. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, you know what? Before I start, I have to change the banner. All right, watch party mode is on. I'm gonna mute myself. If you want to discuss this in the chat, I'll let you know where I'm at, and I might pause it here and there while we chat, so I don't miss anything. Because last week when I was typing, I was missing all sorts of stuff, which was my fault. Um, but yeah. Oh my god. Okay. All right, my nerves are gone. My nerves. This was a nightmare. Hold on. Mark. This is so bad. Oh my God. I don't know where to start. um, I'm still, this makes me feel better. Oh my God. Angel Sashi. I don't even know what to say right now. Um, yeah, what an episode. I knew what was gonna happen. I just didn't know like how. And it's been a while since I just don't remember every detail in the books from this like scenes, but like, you know, the devil's in the detail. So like the fact that they got that huge lens and had the audience watching. Yeah, take a breather, process, or try wine. I'm like sipping on beer right now. I started drinking it before, like sipping on it before the episode because I was like pre boozing myself up because I was like, I don't know what to do. Um, you know why I love Claudia so much at the end is that God, what a devastating character. Like even to the bitter end of her death, her FU is smiling, is singing, is looking straight at Lestat like FU. Yeah, Delaney Hales is incredible. Like even just seeing her in the trailers for this episode, whenever we'd see little segments, it was just so powerful. But then like actually seeing the like episode in context is still powerful, you know. I'm supposed to be talking. Yeah, I just found it very powerful that she would like, I mean, in the face of like people that are trying to hold you down, like even um joy, positivity, resilience, her knack for enduring is like a form of protest, you know? So that's how I feel about how she just what she decided to do with her last moments. Um I'm like trying to breathe. Um and and I love that she when she went out that she had someone that really loved her. And even though Claudia was fine with Madeline, like she's kind of nodded to her to like choose a coven over punishment, that like Madeline has way more integrity than all of them. Um and Claudia had her she had someone, you know what that is? That moment is someone choosing Claudia. No one else would choose Claudia, but she, even if the punishment was death, Madeline chose Claudia. And that's something that her vampiric parents just didn't do for her. This is gonna F me up. Yeah, that's so true. It's been a while, but yeah. How about that role reversal of her holding Madeline compared to the 94 film? Yeah. Yeah, because Madeline's still a younger vampire than her, right? Sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm like slouching over. Oh my god. I'm still trying to breathe. Really? Yes. Angel Sanchez says, "Yes, I love that she saw that someone chose her in the end." Yeah. Oh my god, well played, writers. F them at the same time for breaking my heart. You know what? We'll do what we did last time, and I'll talk about the episode backwards because that's the only way I know how to move forward. Um, Something that they did that I don't remember from the books and they didn't do in the movies is how the coven put all those rocks in the coffin with Louis. That's like a special kind of evil. Yeah, I hope so. Mark says, "You know, Santiago is a dead man next week. He'll probably die in the first 10 minutes." You know what I want? I want him to be like, "I'm being evil." I just want him to die like a slow death. I actually want him to be the last one to go out because I want him to see everyone else die before he does. I want it to be so painful. Um, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was oh my god, I have so many thoughts. Did you realize that that's the same kind of rocks Louis puts his feet in? That's what I wonder. Yeah, okay, so we see the whole scene now, but in the trailer, that was that moment where we see Louis come from the rocks, right? And so I thought that was interesting. I was like, that really threw me because I thought that was in present day Dubai. I was like, oh, is he sleeping like in the ground? I didn't understand that, but now we see that that's not the case. Um, and I wonder, oh, you know what? Louis is a sick, self-flagellating person. He was Catholic, so there's that like sentiment of like deserving pain. Um, so maybe that's why the rocks are there, like as a reminder. Just like I don't know which episode it was. It was really early on. It was probably like episode 3 or 2. Whenever we see um Armand and Louis' bedroom, there's like this painting, and it's right behind Louis, and it's of Judas's kiss, right? And so when Armand betrays Louis, the last thing he does right before that moment is he gives Louis a kiss. So now I think about that painting and I think that that's such a Louis thing to do, like a passive aggressive thing for him to be like, I'm gonna put this painting of Judas's kiss, and every time you go in the effing bedroom, you're gonna see it. Like we know Louis is petty. We know he likes to jab at people when like he's upset with them, especially the person that he's with. Oh my god, my neck is I swear to you, my neck is I'm so upset. I don't know where I was going with that. I just feel like yeah, that the idea of like what is it, self-flagellation and like causing not just him pain as a reminder, but causing Armand. He does actually. I think he has been trying to remember. So he uses the rocks to remember because putting his feet in reminds him and brings him closer to remembering Paris. That's true. Yeah, I agree. Fortuna. Okay. The really weird part about the trial is that they did what they were accused of, but you can sympathize with them because they didn't know they were committing serious crimes. Okay, but here's the thing. Hold on. For Claudia, yes, but then she also did like try to unalive her maker. But then with Louis, what we see in the flashback, which Louis now in present day Dubai says, go with Lestat's version. And so he's saying that Lestat warned him that making her was a crime. And he said the 5 laws. So I would have to take from there that Louis must have known the laws because that's also the version that Louis is saying to go with. Whew, I'm still trying to hold it together. Um, oh my god, my foot fell asleep. um, you know what I thought was gonna happen? Yeah, that's what sucks. Fortuna. I agree. Louis knew about the specific laws. That's wild. You see, I love this show so much. I love it so much. How we're seeing from different point of views. And in like the remembering of things, it takes multiple people, right, to trace back what really happened. Um, yeah, yeah. Angel Sachi says yes, Lestat did. I remember that in the season 1 episode, you do hear them talking over Claudia's body. Yeah, but it's like interesting because they did talk over Claudia's body, and but they just made it seem, like this version is a different version, right? There's like more intel about that moment, and mm, oh, Lestat. But also in this version, which I don't know if it's going to be true or not. We'll see later. Um, if Lestat ever gets to tell his story, is that when you look at the past at that moment when Armand is the one that tries with all his strength to manipulate the humans into saying banishment instead of having death penalty. I mean, I mean, I just wonder if that's gonna hold to be true or if we're gonna get a version from Lestat where it was Lestat that was doing that. I don't know. My heart is pounding, by the way. My heart is so pounding. Um, Angel Sashi says, I always knew Louis asked for Claudia to be turned. We just didn't know that he tried changing her first. And then yeah, yeah. And just like in this version, he's begging more. And, the other version, he didn't explicitly say, um, in season 1, he doesn't explicitly say that like they're breaking a law, but in this version, he does say they're breaking a law. And I absolutely do not believe the Armand thing for a second. Which part? I don't know. I'm like still reeling. I don't believe 2 things. I don't necessarily believe that he was the one that made sure that he was only banished, or maybe that happened, but that was orchestrated. Like he made what if he did a deal with Santiago and he said, well, at this part in the script, like it might not be on the script, but he's like, right then I'll stop the crowd and say banishment, and you're gonna get upset and go along with it. That could be also a thing because our mind is manipulative. And I also don't agree that he could have. I mean, I just don't agree that he could not prevent the death of Claudia. I don't effing believe it for a second. Girl, Mark, you're terrible, but thank you. I think I needed that. I wonder what Santiago did with Claudia's dress. He probably shipped it to Goodwill. Um, Santiago's a petty monster as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if he like grabbed it and then gave it to Lestat. Like, here you go. Bye. I don't know. Like, here's a souvenir. He's gonna do something petty. Angel Sashi says that he used his last strength to have the people say what they did. I mean, all powerful Armand guarded by only Sam. No, yeah, thank you. Yes, that's the thing. Guarded by Sam. I mean, come on. I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to breathe right now. Pamela Boyley says, hello. Hello, everyone. You know, I didn't even say hello. I just like totally folded. Hello, everyone that's here. Thank you for being here. Pamela Boyley. Louis promised Lestat he would never leave him if he made Claudia. And then the fight where Louis did stood by and watched. Yeah. Dude, I was so tense, my shoulder's killing me. Um, yeah, that is something even from season one, you know, Louis could be so cutting with his words. And that's something even from the first season that when I first saw it, I kind of like winced. I was like, ooh, when before they made Claudia, and Louis goes out their window, he turns to Lestat and says, "And you'll always be alone," something like that. I thought that was like so messed up, and he does it again in season two, right, where he turns to Armand and says, "You're boring," and it's like it's those simple things that you know that Louis generally believes that is so hurtful to the people that love him, and yeah, I don't know. It sucks. Oh my god, I don't I know, and we only have one episode left, and there's so much that's gonna happen, and I don't know. And I wonder what's gonna happen to Rashid because Rashid came in and was like, lunch is ready." I don't know. Kama Boyle says Louis used Lestat, never wanting to be alone as a weapon. Yeah, and the thing is, um, Louis in the telling, he just makes it seem like he talks a lot about what was done to him, but he doesn't take responsibility about like how much Armand loves him, how much Lestat loves him. And like not that everything that Lestat did was okay, but he he really bent over backwards to make the love of his life happy at times. Um and it also has to do with like Lestat's abandonment issues, you know. Um and Louis just used that in both relationships with Lestat and Armand as like a weapon. You know, like we saw in episode 5, like I guess we pay attention to so much of the horrors what Armand did, but it's like but think about like all the bodies that he's been cleaning up, like everything he's gone through. And when he's when Louis is saying like really mean, hurtful things to Armand's like right when he starts, Armand's character says to him, "Oh, and there comes the drugs." So he's like had to deal with someone that has been getting all these humans loaded up on drugs and then drinking for them. So basically he's an addict. And then so it's been going on for a while of him saying terrible things to Armand. And so by the time we as the audience get to number 5, we haven't seen any of that. We're only seeing Armand get pushed to the point where he snaps, you know? I'm trying to breathe so I don't cry all over the place. Fortuna, I already saw last season through the lens Lestat described in this episode. This episode only affirmed my opinion. Same is true probably for people who take Louis' ever changing perspective as fact. Yeah. Yeah. Mark, I'm traumatized from this episode. That last look Claudia gave me. Oh, you know what shocked me? I knew this was going to be a hard episode. Let me leave that up for a second. I knew this was going to be a hard episode, But what got to me was they released a little bit of the trailer of this episode, and the fact that they show their ankles slashed, that had my heart drop. I felt, like, so bad, and that's even before the episode, so that was bad. That alone was so bad. But I'm surprised that the humans are alive. I thought they were just gonna keep them there and eat them. Um, Very shocked, a bit late to the party, but hi. Hi, I'll try to smile at some point. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Very shocked. I want Armand to get the episode 5 Lestat treatment. How many of us believe that Armand was controlling Lestat while he was on set? That's what I'm saying! Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god. You know what? I'm taking off this layer. Hopefully you can't hear my fan. I have it on low. I'm gonna leave that up for a second. Oh my god. Um, yeah, we're gonna find out. I was even wondering at the end. I see. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we see that sometimes Lestat goes off script, right? I wonder. I'm hypothesizing that or theory, whatever. That maybe when he's going off script, that those are like the rare moments he gets out of the control of them, whether it's Armand or all the judges, the vampires controlling him. That's what I'm wondering. But we also see that like Lestat was willing to die with them. Like he was really trying to like throw the trial. Oh my god, Mark. Maybe they should have him look for lost in the moment. Then he's all the way lost then. You're so funny. Yes, somebody was, and I do think it was Armand. Yeah. Yes, because why else would he be there, right? With Sam guarding him. Get the F out of here, Armand. So mad at him. Even though he's very attractive. Oh, yeah, very shocked. In agreed. In sarcastic tone. You guys, Armand couldn't prevent it. The almighty powerful Sam was blocking him. I know. Yeah. Pamela, I believe everything Lestat said while he was off script. Yeah. But then I get how Claudia felt when she was talking. Actually, my brain is all over the place. What what Claudia said and pointed out against what Lestat said in Dubai, which is unfortunately to Lestat's detriment as far as like being believed, he does have a pattern of being genuine and sorry on all the things and then doing monstrous things, right? So that's the other part of it is that everything got this far to the point where it's a trial that even though he's being genuine, he has two people in his life that have just been so burned by him, I guess. You know what I wasn't expecting? This is what I was wrong about. I thought that when the trial happened, that we would learn that in the telling of the unaliving of Lestat, that Lestat, I mean, that Louis took credit for. I thought they were gonna change it, and then Louis was gonna realize it wasn't him, that it was Claudia that slit his throat. And so I thought that would be a part of um her being like committed for the crime and also like Louis getting out of it. But that's not what happened. It was interesting. Where was I? I'm sorry, Angela. Okay, here we go. Angel Sachet. Listen, when Louis threw that ball at him, I was like, let's go. Yes. That's how I felt. I was like, it's happening. It's happening. Ugh, this is a lot. Um, yeah, you can just tell that he's taking like a sip of his food, and it's like he can't even do it because he's so disgusted and so angry and so hurt. And okay, I'm trying to breathe. Oh my god, my cat. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get my cat real quick. Girl, you here? Come in. What? All right, let's see if my cat stays. Please. What are you doing? Sit down. There's no guarantee she's gonna stay. She likes to do her thing. I want to set the record straight in the show that Armand could not be Lestat in a fight, even as a fledgling. Lie down. I think I'm too brokenhearted to take this in right now. I'm kind of swirling. And also, and speaking of that, we're still not sure what happened when, as far as the other books in this timeline right now. But yeah. Mark says, "Hey, I got a question for you. What the hell did Claudia mean by saying watch the bouncing ball? She should have watched for the sunlight." I think maybe I was wondering about that. I think that's what she said in the play. Sorry. I think that's what she says in the her performance. That's one of the things where where there's a she's playing with an image or something like that, and she's like, "Watch the bouncing ball," and that was one of the things that happened. I think, but I'm too distraught to go back and watch to double check. But I think that's what it was from. Mary had a little hobby. Thank you for being here. I will attempt to smile at some point. I'm still so distraught. Let me know your thoughts. It's going real slow because I could barely breathe. So you'll see me doing a lot of like practicing my breathing right now. Angel Sashi. So unpopular opinion. Delaney is my girl. Superb. But dang, I wish I could see what Bailey would have done during the trial. Yeah, it's so wild because that's how I feel about both actresses. I have like so many mixed feelings, and no matter what, we're in this situation. But I feel both ways. I love uh Bailey's performance so much. I wish we could have seen what she would have done uh with the entire thing. But I also feel that way about Delaney. Delaney like has blown me away this season. I wish we could have seen what she would have done with season one. Like I feel that way about both of them because we just had a it's like unfortunate and very fortunate rare situation where like a recasting happened. Um Especially since, well, it's like, what can I say? Because the truth is, Delaney couldn't do season one anyways because she was involved in theater, right? So that's kind of like she got the opportunity because of the recasting. And so it's not like she had a lot of time for like, let's say, like accent work. Because I see some people kind of like commenting on her accent, which I get, whatever. But I'm just like, hey, she only had 2 weeks, 2 weeks to pull this off to binge watch the seasons, read the books, and then probably have like a coach along with her for like the accents just to like cobble it together. Like, and on top of it, her acting has been incredible. Like, to play someone that we know is in her 40s, um, but like the physicality, like not just her exterior framework of being a 14-year-old, but like um the physicality that she chose to do. Sometimes it's like she'll move in like in a kiddish way, and think that's like such a specific choice for the actress to make, to be like, for this actress to make, right? Because when we saw Bailey's performance, she did like have that, like the arc of being a 14-year-old to an adult, and you could see that shift, and also like the clothes that she wore, which is just her stealing off from the bodies, right? And like she decided to like, you know, just um be a character that's trying to like compensate for like uh being young. But then this actress, I felt like she chose like, no, I'm gonna have her like moving away to remind us that that, that her exterior is young, even though she's older in her mind. If that makes any sense. Fortuna, I was looking into the bouncing ball thing. It could be the sing along bouncing ball from the musical. Yeah, I think so too. Sing as she started singing moments later. Yeah, I think so too. It's like saying, "This is my final act," right? Oh my god, this show. These writers destroyed me last season. Last season, episode 5, I was actually my nerves were shot. I was, like, shaking a little bit. Um, and this episode, it's this one. Although episode 5 this year was hard too, but I spent so much time bracing myself for this episode that, I did like, episode 5 didn't affect me as much as I, thought it would. Pamela says, where are the missing diary pages describing what happened at the murder of Lestat? And what was there about Armand? I think I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I don't think he's, because I know Daniel Malloy brought it up, and that like he's like, well, this is the last page unless you have more you haven't released to me. But even in the argument, which was like the last episode 6, Armand does say like, yeah, we took out pages together and some I did because I just didn't, he didn't want like the judgment. But I'm assuming that means that he gave the pages, all of them, but I could be wrong. The heck if I know. I don't know. Um, but but Daniel did see the pages, like the from the murder diary where Claudia would write like everyone's last words. They did show that, but I think that was like last season. Yeah, yeah, very shocked. I really want to know what's gonna set Louis off against Armand and Dubai. Is he gonna remember something that will change his perception of Armand? I I don't know. I don't know if it's that, or if just in the having to face what's happened and saying it out loud, when Armand says, um, "I could not prevent it," I think this time I think that when Louis is hearing it, he really doesn't believe it now. But yeah, no, something else could come out next episode. And you know Daniel Malloy, he's gonna push those buttons. He's gonna push those buttons next week. My God. Pamela says, "Watch the bouncing ball is how one follows along with lyric in music." So she's asking the crowd to sing along with her. Oh, okay. I learned something new. I didn't know that. Mark says, "That's fantastic acting and writing when you know what's going to happen and you're still mind blown." Yeah. Oh my god. And you know what? Just like it's so wild that we like in the television show in the adaptation, there's so much more of a development that we get with Madeline, even though it's for a short period of time. And they still just did an impeccable job of really like outlining what are the vulnerabilities of Claudia, what does she need, and that they're going to give that to her, um, and want us as an audience for her to have that and then to take it away. Angel Sashi, oh yeah, shocked. I think he's already remembering so much and he's just gonna go at Armand. The way he even said, "Ask him, I wasn't there." When Daniel asks what happened when they drag Louis off stage, yeah, the love is so gone. Dump him, Louis. I'm looking forward to that fight too. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm not ready for a Lumon physical fight, but then again, I am so ready. I feel that way too. Last season was really it was. It was really hard to watch, but this season, I'm here for it. I'm sorry, Armand. I love your performance and you're very fragile, but for this, you gotta go. Mary had a little hobby. What loose ends do you still think need to be tied up this season? Oh my gosh. Well, next episode we are, it's definitely going to be like retribution. Um, Loose ends would be like if Armand could not prevent it, then how did he get Louis out? Do you see what I mean? Like, so and I think that's something that that's a, as Danielle Malloy would say, is like a porous hole that Danielle Malloy could pick at. Um, we want to know what Santiago does with the yellow dress. We want to know what happens with like in not just present time, but like in the past. How are they going to handle Lestat? Is okay. So during the theater, um, we do see that Lestat was so devastated by the death of Nikki that he went underground. So by the end of the season, are we going to know that Lestat went under the ground again because he's just too devastated from what happened? I really wonder if that's what's. Oh, because you know what? Okay, hold on. No, no, I don't know, because the coven already woke him up because he went to. Shoot. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he say that? I know he was like they had the illustration, but I thought he went underground again. I just wonder if he's gonna go underground out of devastation, and he's like, "I need to go for, like, a long sleep," which vampires do sometimes, and we've seen Lestat stay on stage that he did after Nikki's death. Um, so I want that to be worked out. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm sorry, I'm still in shock. I'll be in shock for the next until tomorrow, basically. Oh, Lord. I think I went to the wrong one, sorry. Let me back up. Also, I wanna say present day Lestat so bad. Yeah, I do too, and I just don't know, like, I think I want so much, and the show has actually paced this differently than I thought, which is actually fine. The show's incredible, way better than I thought. So, I wonder I wonder so many things. Also, another thing is that in episode 5, um, Armand and Louis both do something. Armand tells a tale to Daniel Malloy and says, basically, he's gonna have a miserable life and like his wives aren't gonna be into him, all this stuff. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is there are things that Armand said that came to pass. But there's also what Louis said that came to pass, right? Is that no matter how bad his life got, he endured and stayed a journalist. Something that didn't happen yet is that Armand said that, like, one day you're going to get in a car accident or something. And so I wonder if the next episode, I don't know how they're going to do it. I wonder if at the very end, we're going to see, like, at the end, we're going to see a little time jump. Because to me, I'm thinking, my mind is all over the place. Part of me thinks like next episode, it's gonna be like a big blowout fight. I don't know if Rashid's gonna survive. I don't know if Daniel's gonna survive. And if Daniel's not gonna survive, are they really gonna unalive his character or are they gonna make him a vampire? Because clearly they have a connection to him from the past and they brought him back in the present day. Um, and I forgot where I was going with that. Or my other theory was Armand did say he got like an accident. So I wonder if we're gonna go to like if he'll come out somewhat unscathed. Ginger, what is she doing? If he'll publish a book and then get in an accident, but then we realize everything I'm saying is basically fan fiction in my head. I wonder if like we're gonna find out that like Armand was watching him the whole time and then makes him a vampire. I don't know. There's so many things that could happen. Girl, what do you want? Let me get my cat out. Hold on. You're girl. Oh my god. Okay, I'll catch up. Angel Sashi. Okay. So does everyone accept the full Lestat version of the fight? By the way, the part that threw me off was Louis maniacally laughing. I do believe when Lestat said, "I'm trying to restrain myself." Yeah, that's a good point. Because everyone wants to believe that they're like the victim of their story, right? And the other person's the villain, sorry, the villain. So yeah, I think you're right. I think we have to like take it and kind of like see the truth in it. And yeah, so I think that maniacal laugh, like you said, is like um over the top, not Louis in that moment. I agree. Man, these actors are incredible. Incredible what they have to do. We heard that in season one, but the laughing and chopping head off, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the stat really honed in on the part of like, you're gonna leave me, which I believe. Mark, I was in a good mood before I watched this episode. Now I'm slept over depressed and don't even want the damn pizza, and I love pizza. Oh, I feel that. That's what I should have ordered today. Yeah, I ate today. It, I've been anticipating this episode for so long. And then even since yesterday, I know I was telling Angel actually that I like had to stay away from like Instagram. I've like wasn't really on the tube because I follow some other people that also watch a show. So then like I just like made myself busy and was reading books and running errands because I was so anxious to see this episode, but then I was like so stressed out about it. So stressed out. Very shocked he wasn't underground in the illustrations. And okay, okay. No, thanks for saying that because I couldn't remember. Pamela, I totally believe Louis would tell us that he would feed his head to the Audubon zoo lions. Vodka says, I don't fully believe Lestat's version because it isn't really his version. It's what Louis and Armand remember him reciting from the script. Oh, yeah, that's true. And vodka, I'm glad you're here. I wish you were a bottle of vodka in front of me. This is rough. I wonder if those thieving vampires returned the items they stole. Piece of crap covenant. I know, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. Okay, what if Santiago gives Lestat the yellow dress? Um, and then see, I don't know what's gonna happen. What if like towards the end of episode 8, they do meet up, Lestat and Louis, and Lestat has a yellow dress? I just don't know. I do think that some of Louis's memories are gonna get congealed next episode. That he's gonna remember some things that he realized he doesn't remember correctly. Um, ugh. But okay, so yeah, they're gonna go at it because we still haven't seen that scene that we've seen in the trailer, which is Daniel sitting at the table, and then we see like stuff fall, like the books falling down. So they're gonna get into it. Armand and Louis are gonna get into it. Vodka says, but Louis does have a nasty streak. It just always goes unnoticed because he's always everybody wrongs me. Soft boy. That's very true. By the way, I think that Louis was having a breakthrough and Lestat was going to say something very important. And Rashid interrupted and said lunch was ready. Oh-ish. I'm going to be so emotionally drained because I still got to watch the episode again with my daughter. Fortuna. Louis is the same person who strung up that guy and left his body in front of that whole town with his insides hanging out. He could absolutely feed someone's heads to the lion. That's very true. Fortuna. Ugh, he's my baby. Just don't want to believe it. Yes, at Fortuna, Louis is violent and impulsive AF. Even though he was justified in feeling hurt and targeted by the NOLA laws changing, he didn't think about how targeting the judge would affect the where we at? Hold on. Other black people in Storyville. That's very true. Yeah, that's something about just so I won't forget where I'm at. I'm highlighting that. Um that's a thing with Louis that he does this like uh binge cycle, if you will, for lack of better words, which is like instead of just accepting his vampire nature because he kills no matter what, um, he like withholds, and that's like unhealthy enough, right? Like he's not accepting himself because if he did, he would probably do a lot less damage. Um, because I feel like he withholds and then he gets rage and then he goes off and does a thing. And he's constantly doing that. And it's really not till he feels he's pushed to the point where he's been wronged that he does that. And it's like just like how he says like he has periods of time where he um won't unalive humans. We see that for some reason he's doing that again. Also, and speaking of loose ends, that's something that has not been addressed yet. Is that in season 1, Louis tells Daniel Malloy like, oh, he stopped um unaliving humans back in 2000, and Daniel Malloy makes a joke like, oh, was that a Y2K thing? But we never get the answer. And so that's the thing with him. He withholds, and that what does that affect? That affects his relationships. It affects his libido, which happened in season 1, and it's clearly happening in season 2 with Armand. When we see in the bedroom, they're not really near each other. They give each other like a little peck on. Louis gave Armand a little peck on the cheek, and Armand clearly wants more, and he's just like, "I'm going to bed." So, yeah, he just only has this like unhealthy cycle. But yeah, let me go back. Now I've gotten behind. Very shocked. I know I sound boring, but I want some loose test fluff in the final. I don't know how they'll make it. I I do too. I feel like we're not gonna get it. I feel like if they do see each other, I want all the fan fiction. I want them to be together, but if I'm gonna I feel like they both in a way, even though all this time has passed, I think they still need to get to a place where they like earn each other to repair what's happened. Because what's happened is never gonna go away. It's always gonna exist. But we do know in the books that they're always kind of like endgame. But I just want them both. There's like a whole other arc that needs to happen. Like, the fact that Louis is with Armand, if it ends, Louis, you don't just jump into something again, even if it's with Lestat. Like, I would like to have like them two have like if they do meet, have like a moment of closure, but then they cannot get it together right away. There has to be like time has to pass again. But who knows? Mark, damn, this episode was sad. I can't follow the bouncing ball anymore. I agree. That's why I'm holding on. I'm telling you right now. I keep having to take like breaks to like practice my breathing. It was rough. Pamela, Louis left that body in front of St. Louis Cathedral in Jackson Square. That was what caused the riot. If you know, you know. Yeah. Angel Session. Yeah, the way he told Daniel, I'm talking now. Yeah, I see that streak. Yeah. I do like honestly that he cut off Daniel there. I felt like that was a moment of like, hey, have some like a little respect. I'm telling you how my daughter was unalived. Karen Elizabeth Sandoval, thank you for being here. Um, oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a scene where Louis looks like he's hugging Lestat. Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen that yet either. And so I wonder if that's going to be in the past, which I don't think that they're really. I don't think he would really hug in the past, but maybe in the present, or maybe they're hugging like out of grieving for Claudia for a moment before he's like, "I'm done with you." I don't know. Yeah, there's a scene where Louis likes. Yeah, thoughts on Lestat and Claudia's overall relationship. Oh my god. You know what I like that they said? Okay, here's the thing. For the most part, I usually don't like when characters say something that's what's a word? Like too self-acknowledging or like too self-realized, right? But there is something that the writers had Lestat say this episode that I was so thankful for that they said. Um, and I also think it's about it was like woven into Lestat humbling himself. I like that he turns to Claudia, even though she's like pissed about this whole thing. Um, deservedly so. I like that he says he's basically saying she's just like me. Like she's so much of her is like me. And I'm so glad that he said that. That was like really hard to hear, but true. And I felt like he's not going to say it, but I feel like that's him understanding why what happened to them happened. Does it make any sense? I so went off on a tangent. Ooh, thoughts on Lestat and Claudia's overall relationship? Yeah, they just have a contentious relationship. Um, and I do blame Lestat a lot because of the way that he treated her, whether it's Louis' version, whether it's Claudia's version, whether it's Lestat's version, Lestat just has he does have he just the way he teaches can be a little bit cold and rough, and it was just like not the way to do it because she's not an adult. Like I'm talking about like the very early on, just because they changed her when she was 14. Um, and he has a temper. Um, but I think there was love there. Like there is genuine love. Um, but like love isn't enough. Like it's fine if you love someone, but if they treat you badly, it's not good. Um, but I mean, everything she did, it's because she learned it from Lestat too, right? Fortuna, when Lestat scoffs at being, sorry, let me go up a little bit. When Lestat scoffs at being congratulated for not slaughtering her pups, yeah, he recognizes her as his daughter, who is so much like him. Oh my God. Mm, I'm gonna be a wreck all night. Angel Sashi. Oh, Lestat definitely loves Claudia. He is her maker, yeah. So when she died, I know he felt, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's something, I'm so glad you said that because uh last episode we see that Louis was like so bothered by when he made Madeline and he's trying to like he said he's trying to make himself throw up and he's like I'm connected to this stranger and I can still feel her. And I think like you know what? I feel like it sounds really terrible. I feel like that's a little dash of karma in a way for what they did to Lestat or what he wasn't acknowledging that Lestat went through. One when he made Louis, and two when he made Claudia. Is that there's this, even like right before he dies, Lestat says there is this cord between us, and believe me, it's real. Um, and he wasn't just talking about love, but like the vampiric core that they have together. And I feel like, well, I guess I could feel each other, but I felt like it was important that Louis made a stranger and still felt that. And it's like, well, yeah, look what Lestat did for you. Yeah, his pups, his fledglings. Yeah. Angel Sachet, she was an obligation, no doubt. Something he did for Louis, but there's a bond there. Yeah. No, I agree. I still remember that moment. When like Claudia gets out of the car for the first time to like unalive someone and she accidentally unalives that police officer, which is pretty cool. Um, and how they're like commenting about like her dress and you know, yeah, they cared about her. Yeah, not that he was always nice, but he definitely cared about her. Market Houston, Claudia was strong-willed to the end. Me personally, I'd be begging worse than bombs on the street of New York. You're terrible, Mark. But yeah, that's the will of Claudia, and I love that about her. That I just love. This sounds terrible because it's so horrific, but I just love how much she had Madeline at that moment, and they both were like "f you" to the very end, both of them. Like Madeline flipped off the crowd. Claudia sings, and I feel like her looking at Lestat was also like, um, you did this. It's like it's the ultimate fu to smile, to sing, and to look at Lestat. God, I feel so how tragic. And you know what? I don't know what they're gonna do with next season because okay, so um this season Lestat wasn't really there, right? Sam Reed played Dreamstat, and so I'm hoping that like next season, I wonder if we're gonna get like a Dream Louis, um, like if that dynamic changes and the narrative. And I want Claudia to be haunting some bitches. I want there to be whispers of like in Paris. Would it be in Paris? Yeah, I guess. I just want her to be haunting some people. And I also want her to be haunting Lestat. I want Claudia to appear in Lestat's dreams like a terrible nightmare. I really do. Let me go back a little bit. I totally forgot. I was totally going off on a rage tangent. Now I'm trying to go back. Lenora. Hi, Lenora. I was hoping Least would have a Lestat would have a change of heart and ask them to spare Claudia. Yeah, me too. But I kind of felt like we weren't going to get it because we're getting Armand and Louis' point of view. But I felt like he was definitely going like off script at times and also blaming himself. He's like, "Hey, I broke this rule. I'm the one that made her." Like he did take accountability there. And so and you could tell how Santiago is trying to manipulate that and be like, "But you were like forced into this, you know?" Um so I also felt like I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to be so torn up. But there was this element of like, if you take him out, you gotta take me out too. I don't know. Angel Sashi, it's Stefan has movement. Yeah, I love that scene. I love that like fatherly, like them as parents. That moment, they just there's so many moments like that. There's even like the vicious parts where like Lestat would like mess up. I felt like no, that was him being like a vampire father, like him taking Claudia to Lover's Lane, which was a wrong thing because that set off her wondering about how she wasn't going to change and everything. That's still him being like a dad. Doesn't mean it's right, but like him teaching her was like uh that was just his way he showed his love, like his love language. Very shocked says. I just saw on TT that Delaney said that last look Claudia gave to Lestat meant, Dad, I need you. Oh my gosh. Ah, don't tell me that. Oh my god. I'm not whatever article that is because I'm reading everything. I am an obsessed fan, but I'm gonna have to wait before I go back to read that. And the fact that he's a maker, that's the thing is that he made them so he can't read their minds because I bet she would reach out, like out of desperation. But oh my god, to me, I read that like as an fu. Ugh, I'm more damaged than I thought. I'm so sad. Oh my god, yes, we are all shattered. Uh, Fortuna. I just realized we've mostly heard Louis mock his companion's trauma. Yes, he only speaks reverently about Claudia because she's dead. He only knows how to love in the past tense. Yes, that please. That he keeps doing that. When Claudia leaves, hold on, let me back up. Let me calm down. It's when Claudia leaves that he treats Lestat terribly. And I know that we got like a little more insight from Lestat's point of view, but I already thought that when I saw the first season, right? Louis pulled a knife on his Louis as a human pulled a knife on his own brother. Louis as a human did have like uh not a he loves his family, but like there was tension there even before his brother died because of all like the roles that he has to play and um but it's not until his family's taken away, like him being a vampire and realizing he's not going to get his family back, that one, he doesn't acknowledge Lestat as his family. He tells Lestat like, I don't have my family anymore. And you could tell even last season like how hurt Lestat was because he says, Louis, I'm your family. And he just doesn't acknowledge him that way. And where am I going with this? I get so worked up. And then when they have Claudia, yeah, they have Claudia, but then when she's gone, then it's like, oh, she's left us. And it's like, instead of like, uh, I mean, he stayed behind. So just like, not that he doesn't want her back, but just like live your life until she comes back if she does, because she has agency over herself, right? But what does he do? He just makes Lestat miserable on purpose. And he's even set up in the narration, like, so we know he's saying it in Dubai, that he liked doing that to Lestat. and then he does it to Armand, and I feel like even though Armand deserves it, I don't care. Armand deserves it, but it's like the whole time that even in the even in Armand's courting of Louis, so much of it was actual like dismissive relationship um to Armand, and he really doesn't like uh, engage in a relationship with Armand, like truly solidify it until their lives are on the line, which that's like another layer to it because we're seeing it through like this lens because Armand's now there. So did he ever really want to be with Armand, or was it always like to smooth things over and keep them safe? Like I do think he did, I think he does care about him, but um Louis just has that way about him. And also he never told the stat that he loved him, right? But he I think he loved him so much he didn't say it. But that's a pattern that he has. And I also feel like with everything that's happened in Paris, I think that's like that fits into what Louis likes to do on some level is, oh, you did this, now we're gonna be together and it's gonna be out of spite. Like, talk about that sub dom relationship. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be like you're gonna be kissing me hands and feet or whatever for eternity. And I'm not gonna be the one to end this because of what you did. It's like masochistic. All right, I have to breathe. Momi. Absolutely want Claudia to haunt. Lestat can stay on Louis' mind most of the season. No reason why Claudia can't also, especially after she stated that she was coming back in the afterlife. I want her to haunt people so badly. I don't know what this ghost world's gonna be, but if she could haunt someone and then like someone accidentally trips and falls and breaks their neck, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. Vodka says, in Armand and Louis' point of view, Lestat needs to be the villain, so whatever trauma he could be dealing with is immediately replaced with him being apathetic and uncaring. And you know what? I'm glad I'm reading this because you know what else? We didn't see this episode, but we've seen in a recent like trailer is it's like very short, but we do see like I'm sorry, Lestat. Oh no, wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. We saw Lestat in like a dungeon type area, but maybe we're gonna see that next episode because it's after this whole thing happened. Hey, gorgeous. I'll be done in a couple minutes. So good watch. um, so yeah, I gotta start wrapping up. Um, yeah, hold on. I just had to read that again to myself. Lenora says, Lestat was always the dad, and Louis was always the mom. Basically, at least let her do stuff. Oh yeah, Lestat let her do stuff, and Louis never would, and was like, "Don't tell your mother." That's exactly the dynamic. God, I love them so much. And then we saw so little of like their happy moments. They definitely had them. They just didn't really show that much of them, but they had some good moments. Vodka. Louis also never said "I love you" to Lestat in season one yet. Louis needs to feel validated by others to appease his own issues with his humanity or lack thereof, but he doesn't reciprocate it for others. Yeah, and I also think that it's yes, and that the last episode right before Armand betrays them in the cafe, we do hear Madeline tell Louis like, "Oh yeah, why don't you tell him?" And he's basically said like, "That's my personal business" or whatnot. And I feel like he does do it. It's so manipulative. Like, don't get me wrong, he has told. We do see. Who know if that is a moment? We do see that like Louis said to Armand that he loved him in like their bedroom, but you could just tell that like it's. I mean, that shocked me even when he said that because I just don't think Louis would do that. But he is just someone that will not really say it. And it's so poignant that Armand has to hear someone else say it for it to be validated for him because of the way that Louis treats him. Mark says, I like how Santiago picked up Claudia's dusty little dress and hit the signature spin move. All the sass. All the sass. I can't wait till he goes down. I hope. You know what? Never mind. No. I'm getting vicious. I'm thinking wildly bad thoughts. Um, very shocked. I just know Lestat and Armand were so jealous of Madeline's devotion to Claudia. They never really got that from Louis. Ooh, I love that. I love the way you think. Yes. let's keep going with that. You know what? Yeah, and I also thought there's a couple of things that really work with the Claudia and Madeline dynamic. Another reason why they think they work so well is because um, they weren't each other's maker. Like the best case scenario for any, I think, for a vampire companion is that the person that you're companions with really shouldn't be the person that makes you, because there's just something about that, like that power dynamic and the cutting off of like the telepathic cord to each other that really messes with the relationships. It's just it's rough. And that's an advantage that they both had, is that they could both still communicate to each other with their minds, right? Angel Sachet, hey, did anyone catch? Oh, Santiago said, everything you are about to see tonight is fake. Yeah, I felt like he was just, oh, yeah, because you know what? Usually he says everything you're about to see is real, right? I think he says on all the other plays, but this one he says it's fake. Um, I don't. I'm assuming that he's also kind of like hypnotizing them in a way, so that when they leave, they'll think like, "Oh yeah, that was fake," or I don't know. Very shocked. What do you think about Dreamstat in Dubai? Am I overthinking it, or has Dreamstat never really disappeared from Louis' life? Oh my God, yes, that's right. This show is making me a wreck. um, I don't know. Oof, that was tough though. Just seeing him sit there. Um, I don't necessarily think he was always there. I think he's come back. I think he has come back in that moment because I think Louis sees how in some ways that he wronged him. Not wrong. It's probably not the right words, but kind of starting to remember things and realize kind of how Louis says some of the things that Armand said during that trial is true, and to go with that. And I think that's bringing Dreamstep back, because it's like um, maybe it's like him opening his heart up again to Lestat once more. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Ugh, that was rough. Angel Sachet, it's in such contrast to when we just met Santi, and he stops and says, everything you are about to see is real. Yeah, these writers are so good. Yes, I got that, Angel Sachet. Yeah. It was so subtle, but had me wondering if it meant something. Though the Sting show, truly. Angel Sachet, was it guilt, or is he cracking under the pressure of being responsible for the coven's safety? After this, I'm getting ice cream. I had that beer and it's not enough. I need sweets. That's like, this is going to be so bad. Debbie Mitchell, thank you for being here. I believe that vision of Lestat in the Dubai penthouse from Louis means Lestat is going to show up in the 8th episode. I think so too. Who is buying the painting because they bring it up too much? No, you didn't, Debbie Mitchell. Oh my God. Am I going to be hyperventilating tonight? Mm. I'm going to remember this. This is so good. Oh my God. That's a great point. Angel Sashi, good thought. Maybe cracking, not from guilt though. He doesn't strike me as a guilty type. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm telling you right now, I'm so emotional and numb at the same time. Oh, yes, very shocked. Lestat's coming to collect his painting and his van. I know that's right. I love, you know what? That's like that scene in Jerry Maguire where Tom Cruise's character quits and then he's like, who's coming with me? Oh my God. Thank you. I needed that. It's going to be wild. The painting represents Lestat's, Armand, and Louise. It was a trip to. Oh, that's very true. That's very true. Fortuna, there was a frame of a wolf in the middle of the screen over the bacon piece that I think foreshadowed Lestat coming to Dubai. Oh my God, you now I'm excited to watch it, even though I'm going to have my heart burn out again. Oh my God. Yeah. There's something in the last episode that I missed, but I was listening to. I think I don't remember which podcast it was. I think it was Vampire Insider. It was either Vampire Insider or the Articulate Coven. I think it was Vampire Insider. But one of the paintings from last episode when Daniel Malloy is sitting down on the couch, like in the distance or something, there's the artwork was like chess pieces. But I missed it and I haven't gone back because I missed it and I already saw the episode like so many times. So I needed a break and I just wasn't mentally ready. Me, hold on. I hope they offer a Daniel a ride home too. I don't know. Lestat will be their Uber too. He'll pack up the painting and be like, get in the car. Jimmy Mitchell, can you see Louis answering the door and it's Lestat? And then you know what? It's gonna be like, oh, what is that? What is that movie? Where the guy has where the guy has a Love Actually, where he has I can't even say it. I'm gonna burn in hell for laughing right now because this episode was devastating. He'll have the white card. What is it called? The poster board, and I'll say like why he loves Louis. Oh my God, Louis, stop! Very shocked, Debbie Michelle. Hello, my Sharon, I miss you. But that will be on the cards. Oh my God, wolf sculpture over the bacon piece was last episode, by the way. Okay, good, thank you. Well, I missed all sorts of things, and I watched the episode over and over again. So I have to go back. I am not watching this next piece a whole bunch of times. I'm watching it once more after this with my daughter, who is patiently waiting for me. But I don't know how I'm gonna do the top 5 moments. It's gonna be like not well put together because I cannot watch this more than twice. It's too devastating. That'll be awesome, Debbie. Unfortunately, yeah. Pamela, all the art in the penthouse represents that characters. Truly, I'm trying to like go back in my memory right now. Any last words? I got to wrap up because my daughter's being so lovely and patient with me and waiting for me. But yeah, Ice cream's happening. I'm gonna be like Louis with that bowl. I'm gonna be like, ah, and throw my ice cream. I don't know. Lenora Wilson, I can't wait to see the finale next week. It will be bittersweet. I wonder if Armand rewrote the some of Claudia's diaries to make Lestat look like I can't. You know what? I'm really not feeling bad about everything that Louis said in episode 5 now. I felt shocked in the moment, but I don't feel bad for him anymore. He's such a liar. Ugh, the title of this episode is so like full of it. Mark, yeah, Louis has learned how to use fire. Yeah, it's true. Very shocked. I heard someone say that Lestat is sleeping under the tree rock. That would be incredible if he, but I don't think so. But that would actually be kind of incredible. Like that's how he sneaks in. Hey, okay, okay. One more thing, and then I'll I'll go on a tangent, and then we'll close up. So go ahead and put your final thoughts. Um, Here's the thing. I get that Raglan James from the Talamasca is there, and that he's reaching out so far, like on behalf of the Talamasca. I I keep wondering, and I'm probably wrong because I love this show so much. I always go tinfoil hat. Do you think that part of it, in the scenario that Lestat sees Louis in Dubai or whatnot, do you think that Raglan James and Rashid are going to be like, are they in cahoots with a stat on the side as well? I just wonder. Yeah, Fortuna. I don't think so. I don't think Marex is going to pop up. It's an idea, but this show blows me away. I just don't think he is this season. I'm ready for next week, final party. Yeah, I'm going to be a wreck. I do think I'm going to feel better than this episode. This one is like, I knew it was coming and it's messed me up. I'm going to be messed up all week. That's who I thought was controlling Armand. Oh. But right now, Armand thinks that Marius is dead. That's what he thinks. That's about how the next two books will be adapted. I'm dying to see Rockstar set. Yeah, okay, this is what I think. I think that even in episode 5, they grab parts of the Book of Merrick, and the Merrick is what, like the 8th book or something, right? Which is really just like to streamline the narrative of telling Louis' arc. I think that although it's going to be the Vampire Lestat, I think they're going to have to sprinkle in Queen of the Damned. Or here's my other thought. I thought that's what you know what no they're going to have to do it. I was going to say something else, but I'm wrong. I think the Vampire Lestat is going to be meshed with Queen of the Damned. I don't know. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing if Raglan James would be the case for Lestat finding Louis and Armand. Yeah. I don't have any more thoughts right now. I think I'm just too emotionally devastated. I just want Louis to get his revenge and to come to the realization that how is it that Armand has a power, did not have the power to save Claudia and Madeline, but I mean, Louis can't get out of that. He can't get out of that. The coffin his on his own. Someone has to get him out. So if Lestat doesn't do it and if Armand does, then it's like just another nail in the coffin, um, of Armand having the ability to, or or the fact that he could have prevented this whole thing. Yeah. Pamela Boyle. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you to this beautiful community because I needed this group therapy session. Trust no one's memories. Yeah. With that, I have to end this because my daughter's been so patient. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens and can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Yes, we're doing this, please. I cannot cannot survive. I'm so shell shocked. Armand put all of those vampires to sleep. How could Armand not have stopped them? Believe it. Believe it. Okay, Armand, out with the trash. You gotta go. Gotta go. Good night, everyone. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. This was like really beautiful, and thank you for getting me through this. Um, I watch at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I put mute on. I just watch it, and I do a little chat, and then have the after show. So I'll see you next week. I would love to chat with you again. Um, there's a lot of emotional damage that was done today, and if you're, what is it, Mark? If you're in the chat, I hope you get to the point where you eat your pizza. All right, now I'll really go. Thank you. Love you all. Good night. Take care. Bye.